Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11 coming to you live, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where it was an absolutely fabulous fall day today. The sun shone bright. I managed to get in a nice little walk in the park. I even managed to take in some sun in my own backyard. So today was a really, really beautiful day, a surprise compared to the weather we've been having. Hopefully we get this continuation of the weather for the rest of the week. I'm afraid that the Dow Jones, the Qs, the SPYs, all the markets will continue for the rest of the week the way they behave today, and that is down. So my general market call is down for the rest of the week, but the good news is a turnaround maybe as early as Monday, and we start climbing back, albeit at a much slower pace than what we will experience in terms of the downside. So expect lots of volatility tomorrow and Thursday and even on Friday. We might have some patches of green along with the red, but in the end, I believe we give back quite a bit more in all three averages. I've been saying this right all along. My one scenario that I had was that we would get a little further blip up in the Dow Jones before giving it back, but I don't see that happening now. It looks like straight down, and we'll get it over with before the midterms. So my call is that by the end of October, the correction will be over, and that by the midterms, we'll be starting to crawl back up and continue on up, regardless of which party comes out the big winner. So I think this is going to be a politically neutral event, the midterms. How do you like that? Okay, so if the Republicans hold the House, it might give the market a little bit more of a kick on the upside. But even if the Democrats take the House, I think the market will continue on up. We'll start a rebound probably right around that time or a little earlier and continue on up. The biotechs, for the most part, got killed today, except for amrn, which we've been talking about. Amrn is an exception to the rule today, up a couple of bucks, I think. In any event, it pierced the trend line that it was straddling. And if we get a follow-up day tomorrow, it looks like Amlin's on its way to $25, maybe $30 a share. And I guess it's more than just a fish oil company. So yeah, that's what one of the another biotech characterized it as. But it is certainly more than that. It has tremendous potential for diabetes and lowering triglycerides and so on. So it's a real bona fide drug, which was approved by the FDA. Let's not denigrate it. It's probably, like I said in an earlier video blog, a likely buyout target. And probably my previous number for being taken out was 35. I'm beginning to think with a market cap of about 6 right now, trading at over 21, that would put it at a market cap of about 10 billion. I think it could get to 12 billion. So I think it'll be somewhere between 35 and maybe as high as even 40. So I think there's buyout fever in amrn pharmaceuticals, and that's the reason for the pop today. All right, let's take a look at the video charts. Before we do your own due diligence. Remember that my opinions are my own and they do not constitute investment advice. Sometimes Dr. J has very good ideas, in which case you're free to follow me, but at your own risk. And it's never a bad idea to consult your investment advisor. Okay, also please subscribe to this vlog, this channel. and share the link with your friends and write comments. Give us a like. I like hearing from you. So let's look first at the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. I redrew the chart just a little bit. My doodle is a little bit different, but it's essentially the same. My target is the same. I'm targeting approximately 24,000, maybe a little bit more than that, for the finale of the correction. And I give the correction maybe to the end of the week or Monday. I mean, again, if you count the number of days from the top of the wave one, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days down. And if you include that same candle going up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So far 4 days down. So 3 more days is the end of the week. It could end Friday. Maybe it'll end Monday. We might have a turnaround day on Friday where we start off nice and negative and wind up positive. That would be nice. That would be a nice signal that we've ended the correction on Friday. In any event, I do not see this as being the end of the bull market. This chart doesn't tell me end of bull market. It looks like a typical A, B, C correction. You want to say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. I guess you could make a case for it. Elliott wave, you can build a case for almost any scenario, which is one problem with Elliott wave, although they certainly put probabilities on one scenario over another. I'm not an Elliott wave guru, so I don't know what the probabilities are, but my gut feeling is it's an ABC type correction. I kind of, yeah, I mean, come on. We didn't see the top at 27,000. It's going to zoom by the end of the year, through the end of the year, once the correction is over. Let's look at the spiders. We haven't looked at the spiders in a while. SPY. Okay, very similar. Wave A down, wave B up, wave C down, and then zoom. And I see about the same proportion, pretty much. So that wave A should just about equal wave C, and in time and in magnitude. So that's how it looks to me. Of course, you can build a case here for a 5 wave down, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. In which case, the Elliott wave gurus would say, we have the start of a new bear market. I just don't see it. All right, let's look at Qs. The Qs, I'm ending the Qs at a 61.8% fib retracement. That would put us at about 160 or so. And we started this at 193. So the whole thing will be 33 points off the top, or about 17% or 16%, whatever. So I don't see it as being more than that, just a typical 15, 16% correction, and then it's off to the races. So I see all 3 of these behaving the same. The diamonds, the spiders, the Qs, the Dow Jones, the NDX, the SPX. Now let's look at the glamorous amrn pharmaceuticals with a market cap of 6 billion when it had a market cap of just a few million not that long ago. All right, so I don't mean a few million, but under a billion. All right, so what have we? Today was a nice up day with a move of 8%, nothing to sneeze at, to 2143. Traded even higher, traded as high as 2192. but it hasn't freed itself of this trend line. So it's a little unclear whether this will hold. What we want is a nice open in the middle of this candle, doesn't have to be the top, and then just zoom up the rest of the day. We want a little follow through here, guys, on Amrn Pharmaceuticals Corporation, rather. All right, so amrn, like I said in my opening remarks, buyout candidate. That's what it's all about. That's what the action is today. That's why we got a little pop in volume today. Buyout rumors, I'm sure that's all it is. I mean, not all it is. It's certainly a terrific drug that gained approval. It will prove to be a really good drug, I think. Oncs needs to break 180. I said it all yesterday. Needs to break 180. It was unchanged today. Today was much ado about nothing with oncs. Again, what's moving that up could be the prospect of a buyout as well. CVM. What's moving that down is today, a little news that there was dilution, that $8 million was raised by the exercise of warrants. And I say, big deal, buying opportunity. So I'm looking to see if I can get it on the cheap tomorrow for even less than what it closed at. Not sure that'll be the case, but it did trade. Let's see, where did it trade to? It traded to 260s. So it very well might come down and test that 50% retrace again. The 50% retracement from the high to its recent low takes us to about two, I don't know, something like 260, something like that. Right about where this red candle stopped on lower today. So I think we tested the 50% fib retracement and bounced off of it. We could test it again or not. Maybe it'll just turn around now. In any event, I think I'm going to be a buyer tomorrow. I think. I'm subject to change. I'm always subject to change. Let's look at Paratech, which I did buy a little of yesterday, which was probably premature as it went down today. Again, it's straddling this horizontal support line. If it goes below it, I'll probably be a seller. If it stays at or above, I might be adding to my position. Probably on an up move, I'll be adding. On a down move, I'll probably be selling. Does that cover everything I wanted to cover? I think so. So there are the charts. There's my opinion. Dr. J sometimes has good ideas, sometimes not. It's up to you to decide whether or not you like my ideas, whether or not some of them are worth following. Basically, they're ideas. They're not investment advice. They're just a little bit of what I'm doing, a little bit of what I think may unfold in the future. So again, my ability to tell the future is probably not much better than the typical fortune teller with the crystal ball. In fact, probably not as good because they claim to be able to see the future. I make no such claims. I just look at charts. This has been Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York. Again, please support this vlog by subscribing and sharing the link, writing some comments, liking us. And I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope tomorrow is as nice a day as today. And the market should have a better day than today, although I just don't see it. Adios, amigos, sayonara, ciao.